Cool! Day everyone from CashPro.com! Because nothing makes you more excited. On today's video, we gave my review for Benjamin for 2025, an app that promises to pay you for pretty much everything. Still worth your time, legit or scam? How much have I made this year so far? And more! Thank you everybody so much for joining me. So let's get to the important part real quick here. Is Benjamin legit or scam? It is legit. It does pay out. It does take a while though. Keep in mind that you have to have a minimum of $25 stocked up to get a payout from Benjamin, but the options for payout are very extensive. You can have a direct transfer to your bank if you choose to do it that way, or pick from one of many gift cards. But it is legit. So far this year from Benjamin, I have cashed out $51.37. And as you can see right there on the left middle, my lifetime earnings from Benjamin are $108.51. So the other half of the cash, I made it last year on the app. Now, compared to my last video, my initial review of Benjamin, unfortunately, Benjamin is also a victim of the pay to act or pay for what for action deflation, meaning that the rewards have definitely decreased compared to last year. So everything on here is unfortunately paying less. So the bulk of my earnings came from two things. One is linking my credit cards to Benjamin through the Plaid platform. Meaning what it does is it's a secure platform that connects the app to your financial institution, so that way all they get access to is supposed to be anyways your transaction history, so that way it essentially gives you cash back for the things you're already buying. And so it does it per transaction. Amazon transactions paying the most, I'm not sure why, but that is another passive way you can earn more money, or just period, so like you can do it on the Pogo app, which I also am doing, stacking it with the Benjamin app, and then of course getting points back, hopefully from the credit cards you have linked. Of course, this is not financial advice. I'm not obviously Cash Boner is not a financial YouTuber, but the only way that usually those things work out in your favor is if you're paying no interest on your cards by paying them off in full. But the bulk of my cash here has been from that and from the daily streak. So here we go. Let me show you the streak. So unfortunately, at some point while I was on my vacation slash, work trip to Evo Vegas this year, which was a fantastic time. It's good to see a lot of you guys out there. It was a good old time watching fighting games, competing, and having fun. Real happy with most of my placements, but let's keep going here. So the streak. This is something that you come onto the app daily and you watch an ad, and unfortunately, unlike the time when I initially reviewed the app, which would always give you some money, now you do not get money on most days that you view an ad. You just continue your streak until you get to one of these milestone points, which are the weirdest ones I've seen so far. But like as you can see right here, I'm on day 10. On day 11, I will get 50 cents. Now, this isn't a lot of money. It's 50 cents for coming in here 11 days in a row and watching an ad. But compared to a gain of 0, it's definitely way better than that. So I'm going to continue doing this. Yeah, spoiler alert there. The app itself is something I'm going to keep in my personal rotation because it's just passive money for the transactions, and then every day I just have it on. It's a habit for me now. I'll do Benjamin and I'll do Pogo, and I'll just watch the one ad and I'll go about my day. But as you can see right here, as you keep going, you will be getting more progressively, topping out at $1.50 at day 170. But still, that's 50 cents, 90 cents, 115. These random ones, like you can see right there, the first random ones on day 8. For 5 cents, but on day 5 I got a quarter. So you can add all this up. It will take you a long time to get to $25. My last redemption prior to this one, so I got it about a week and a half ago at the beginning of the month. Before that, I got it near the end of January. So it took almost 7 months to get another $25. But keep in mind that that was mostly from the streaks, from transactions, and I did do a tiny bit from the gaming part of it, the Benji's Best thing here. So there's other apps that I've reviewed quite a few of them over the years. Most of the time, the Benji's Best is the tasks are fairly difficult to obtain or to accomplish without spending money in the apps, which then becomes counterintuitive unless it's something like the old Richie Games things used to be, where it's like if you spend $1 and you get two, well then that's definitely worth it, especially if you have some Google Play balance available. But otherwise, the tasks are tough. They're definitely nowhere near passive. But I got one of a different casino game that I had not installed. That's how I reached the last time. So I got another casino game that I had not installed, and I used it to go over the hump to get to my $25 because I really wanted my damn $25. Do I recommend Benji for gaming? At the moment, I can't say that I do, just because like, see, when you see these like high values here, where they're promising you $400, $600, 400, it's usually is just a lot of work. The only ones that I usually recommend you try out are like Domino Dreams, Dice Dreams. Well, Domino Dreams is a bit harder, but Dice Dreams, Monopoly Go, Coin Master, those are mostly passive, not completely passive. Actually, the World Series of Poker is pretty good if you actually know how to play poker, because you can, gets if you level up, the payouts are decent. And all the casino games, just auto spin, just let it roll. Betting near minimum. It takes a while, but you can play a YouTube video on the background, like from your favorite creator. Hopefully, I'm on that list, and you just progress through the levels, and then when you eventually get to the right one, you can come back to the app itself, because you do have to go over here to the claim and claim your money. But the main value of Benjamin is the passive earnings from the transactions you already make and the daily streak, because they do have everything on here. This is, I hadn't seen this before. So I will, Benjamin Instant, huh? Games to start and reward immediately. Okay, I will do some research on this and maybe make a follow-up video on that. But there are other things on here that are just, I think, unless they're they have to be very specific to your current needs. For example, like the shop online and earn. That's the same thing as like swag bucks, going online and getting a percentage of the purchase back. This is honestly only if you're getting closer to $25 and you were already gonna buy it. Will this work an advantage to you? Same thing with the earn on groceries thing. It says activate offer, scan, and earn. So you have to activate the offer of the on here for, like, for instance, buying so much like General Mills cereal, or Tide Pods, Charmin toilet paper, whatever. But again, that's really only beneficial if you're already going to buy it to begin with. So I rarely ever go through these, because like, it's already another thing you have to add to your list of things to do out there. If you're very ambitious, you can. I just choose not to do so. I'll just use National Consumer Panel to scan the items I'm buying when I'm grocery shopping, and that's good enough for me. By the way, that app definitely gets my recommendation. The watching video doesn't pay that much. This is like all these things in the Diamond Den. All of those tasks are even harder than Benji's Best. Surveys, I don't usually recommend surveys because it can take a long time and you end up getting no money on there. So that is it. I do still recommend the Benjamin app itself, just because, again, if you're using it like I'm using it to get your daily streak, which is essentially free cash, and your daily claim, which is cash back on your transactions, then it'll take a while. Like I said, it took me almost 7 months to get another $25, but still, I will not, getting $50 already this year, which I'm like, the current trend is I'm probably going to get another 25 probably by next January. But hey, $50 is a lot of, you can buy a lot of cheap beer. So there you go. Or almost pay for a full video game. But like I said, guys, the Benjamin still gets my recommendations. So if you want something that's fairly passive and get you a little bit of extra cash, but it's a slow burn, make sure you try it out. But that is it for this one, guys. Working on a review or testing out the My Cashery app. So that should be the next video that comes up hopefully soon. I want to give you my thoughts on that one, as I'm still looking for that elusive new reward reef replacement. But that's it. Thank you very so much for joining me. Go out to play some games, make some money, spend some money, see some money, do it. Get boned. Get boned.